Marie-Joseph Rose Tascher de la Pagerie, better known as Josephine Bonaparte, was born on June 23, 1763, on the Caribbean island of Martinique. Born into a family of sugar plantation owners, Josephine's early life was one of privilege tinged with financial uncertainty. Her father, Joseph Tascher, managed the family estate with limited success, while her mother, Rose Claire des Vergers de Saunois, descended from French and Irish ancestry. Josephine was the eldest of 3 daughters, raised amidst the lush landscapes of Martinique, where she became known by the name Rose. As a child, Josephine's upbringing was shaped by the island's colonial culture and the labor of enslaved workers. Despite the family's noble-sounding title, financial strains loomed over the Tascher household. Josephine's education was modest but sufficient for a young woman of her social standing, including skills such as reading, writing, and embroidery, which were considered essential for her role in society. Josephine's life took a dramatic turn when family connections and circumstances led to her marriage to Alexandre de Beauharnais, a member of the French aristocracy. This union would eventually pave her path to the heart of French politics and history. From her humble beginnings in the Caribbean to becoming the first Empress of the French, Josephine's story is one of resilience, transformation, and lasting legacy. Josephine Bonaparte, born as Marie-Joseph Rose Tascher de la Pagerie, spent her formative years on the lush island of Martinique in the Caribbean. The island, a French colony since 1635, was a hub for sugarcane production, and Josephine's family owned a modest plantation. Despite the noble-sounding title de la Pagerie, the Tascher family faced significant financial struggles due to the fluctuating sugar market and her father's health challenges. Raised primarily by an enslaved woman named Marion, Josephine grew up amidst the stark contrasts of colonial life. While she enjoyed certain privileges, she was also exposed to the harsh realities of plantation life. Known as Rose or Marie Rose in her youth, she exhibited a quiet resilience and adaptability that would later define her character. Her childhood was a blend of cultural influences with strong ties to both French and local traditions. Josephine's early education took place at a Benedictine-run boarding school in Fort Royal, where she learned essential skills such as reading, writing, and embroidery. These were deemed crucial for a woman of her social standing. The Tascher family's connections to the French aristocracy, despite their precarious finances, shaped her future. By her teenage years, Josephine's family sought to secure their financial stability through her marriage. Initially intended for her younger sister Catherine, fate redirected this alliance to Josephine after Catherine's untimely death. This pivotal decision marked the beginning of Josephine's journey into French high society, setting the stage for her transformation from a plantation owner's daughter to Empress of the French. Marie-Joseph Rose Tascher de la Pagerie, later known as Josephine Bonaparte, entered into her first marriage under circumstances driven by family ambition and financial necessity. In 1779, Josephine married Alexandre de Beauharnais, a man of minor nobility yet significant wealth. The marriage was arranged after the death of Josephine's younger sister Catherine, who was initially intended to marry Alexandre. Despite the union being one of convenience, it marked a pivotal chapter in Josephine's life. The marriage was fraught with difficulties. Alexandre was an abusive and unfaithful husband who had numerous affairs and subjected Josephine to physical and emotional distress. Despite the troubled relationship, the couple had 2 children, Eugenie, born in 1781, and Hortense, born in 1783. These children would later play crucial roles in Josephine's life and Napoleon's legacy. In the mid-1780, Josephine temporarily separated from Alexandre, seeking refuge in a convent after enduring years of mistreatment. However, the separation did not bring her the relief she sought, as Alexandre forcefully regained custody of their son, Eugenie, compelling Josephine to return to Paris. Although they reconciled formally, the marriage remained deeply strained. The couple's connection to the French aristocracy drew them into the turbulent events of the French Revolution. Alexandre initially aligned himself with revolutionary ideals, serving as president of the National Constituent Assembly and participating in key moments of the early revolution. However, his aristocratic background and political missteps during the Reign of Terror eventually led to his arrest and execution by guillotine in 1794. This left Josephine widowed and imprisoned, her life hanging in the balance until the end of the Reign of Terror brought her release. Josephine's first marriage was a complex and formative period. It shaped her resilience, her connections to powerful individuals, and her ability to navigate the volatile landscape of revolutionary France. These experiences laid the foundation for her eventual rise as Empress of the French. The French Revolution, which began in 1789, dramatically altered Josephine's life and set the stage for her future prominence. The upheaval challenged the established order and swept away the monarchy, affecting every aspect of French society, including Josephine's world. At the time, she was married to Alexandre de Beauharnais, who actively participated in the revolution as a member of the National Assembly and later as a military leader. Alexandre initially supported revolutionary ideals, but eventually fell victim to the Reign of Terror. In 1794, he was arrested on suspicion of treason and executed by guillotine. Josephine, accused of being complicit due to her association with Alexandre, was also imprisoned at the Carmes prison in Paris. Her imprisonment was a harrowing experience marked by uncertainty and fear, as she narrowly escaped execution herself when the Reign of Terror ended with the fall of Robespierre. The revolution's impact on Josephine extended beyond personal loss. It reshaped her social and political connections, exposing her to the radical changes sweeping France. Following her release, she reinvented herself, becoming a prominent figure in revolutionary France's social circles. Her resilience and adaptability allowed her to navigate the turbulent period, setting the stage for her eventual relationship with Napoleon Bonaparte. Josephine's introduction to Napoleon Bonaparte in 1795 marked a pivotal moment in her life and in history. Their meeting came at a time when Josephine was navigating her social and financial survival following the loss of her first husband during the Reign of Terror. Through her connections in the upper echelons of post-revolutionary French society, Josephine crossed paths with the ambitious young general who was rising to prominence. Napoleon was instantly captivated by Josephine's charm, sophistication, and social grace. Despite being 6 years older than him and a widow with 2 children, Josephine's allure left a deep impression on the young officer. He began courting her with fervent passion, writing letters filled with declarations of love and admiration. For Josephine, the relationship was initially pragmatic. She viewed Napoleon as a means to secure her position and provide stability for her family. However, as their courtship progressed, a genuine bond began to form. Their whirlwind romance culminated in their marriage on March 9, 1796, just weeks before Napoleon departed for his Italian campaign. Their union, though unconventional and fraught with challenges, became a cornerstone of Napoleon's rise to power. Josephine's social connections and ability to navigate the intricacies of French high society proved invaluable to Napoleon's ascent, while her charm and elegance complemented his fiery ambition. Their relationship marked the beginning of a partnership that would shape the trajectory of modern European history. Josephine's life transformed dramatically in 1804 when Napoleon Bonaparte crowned himself Emperor of the French, with Josephine as Empress. Their coronation ceremony at Notre Dame Cathedral was a grand and symbolic event, cementing their place as the most powerful couple in France. Josephine played a significant role in the ceremony, kneeling gracefully as Napoleon crowned her, a moment immortalized in Jacques-Louis David's masterpiece painting, The Coronation of Napoleon. As Empress, Josephine quickly became a prominent figure in French society. Known for her elegance, charm, and impeccable fashion sense, she became a trendsetter, embodying the sophistication of the Napoleonic court. Her influence extended beyond appearances. Josephine served as a mediator and advisor, softening Napoleon's often harsh demeanor. Her connections and diplomacy helped to foster alliances and maintain stability in the politically volatile environment of the empire. Josephine also used her position to support numerous causes. She provided financial assistance to individuals and families affected by the wars and worked to enhance the cultural richness of France. Her passion for gardening and horticulture led to the creation of the famous rose gardens at Malmaison, which became a symbol of her legacy. Despite her contributions, Josephine's inability to produce an heir remained a point of contention. Napoleon's need for a successor ultimately led to their divorce in 1810, ending her reign as Empress. However, Josephine retained her title and continued to live a life of privilege, remembered by many as a beloved and influential figure in French history. Josephine's tenure as Empress showcased her adaptability and grace under pressure, cementing her status as an icon of resilience and sophistication during one of the most tumultuous periods in European history. Josephine Bonaparte's influence extended far beyond her political and social roles, leaving a significant mark on the arts and culture of her era. As Empress, Josephine was a passionate patroness of the arts, supporting renowned painters, sculptors, and architects who flourished under her patronage. Artists such as Jacques-Louis David, Antoine-Jean Gros, and Pierre-Paul Prud'hon created masterpieces during her reign, many of which celebrated Napoleon's achievements or reflected the grandeur of the Napoleonic era. Josephine also contributed to the revitalization of French design and fashion. Her impeccable taste popularized neoclassical styles, with elegant gowns, jewelry, and accessories inspired by Greco-Roman antiquity. This aesthetic, often referred to as the Empire style, became synonymous with her name and had a lasting impact on European fashion. In addition to her patronage of the visual arts, Josephine developed an extraordinary passion for horticulture. At her residence, Malmaison, she cultivated an extensive collection of rare plants and flowers, importing species from around the world. Her rose garden became particularly famous, symbolizing her refinement and artistic sensibility. The botanical illustrations she commissioned from Pierre-Joseph Ridout immortalized these collections and influenced the field of botanical art. Josephine's dedication to the arts and culture not only enriched the Napoleonic court, but also laid the foundation for a legacy of artistic appreciation that endured long after her reign. She demonstrated how art, culture, and nature could be tools of diplomacy, soft power, and personal expression. Josephine's marriage to Napoleon Bonaparte, while filled with affection and mutual respect, ultimately ended in divorce due to political and personal pressures. By the late 1800s, the lack of an heir became a critical issue. Napoleon, driven by his ambition to establish a dynasty, decided to dissolve their union despite his enduring fondness for Josephine. Their divorce was finalized in 1809, marking the end of a partnership that had shaped the French Empire. After the divorce, Josephine retained her title as Empress and was granted generous financial support, including the H2 de Malmaison. She dedicated her later years to cultivating her renowned gardens, which became a symbol of her refined taste and legacy. Her horticultural pursuits and patronage of the arts continued to flourish, ensuring her influence extended beyond the political sphere. Despite their separation, Napoleon and Josephine maintained a deep connection. Napoleon often spoke fondly of her, even during his exile on St. Helena, where he reportedly uttered her name among his final words. Josephine's later years were marked by her charm and grace, qualities that endeared her to European elites and the general public. Her death in 1814, following a brief illness, deeply affected those who knew her, including Napoleon. She was buried at the Church of Saint-Pierre-Saint Paul in Rueil, near Malmaison, where her legacy as one of France's most captivating historical figures endures. Josephine Bonaparte's legacy is one of elegance, resilience, and lasting influence. As Napoleon's first wife and Empress of the French, she played a pivotal role in shaping the cultural and political landscape of her time. Josephine was celebrated for her sophistication, charm, and the unique ability to captivate those around her, earning her a special place in history. Her contributions to art and culture, particularly through her patronage of artists, gardeners, and architects, left an indelible mark on France's artistic heritage. The gardens at Malmaison, adorned with rare flowers and plants, became a symbol of her refined tastes and passion for beauty. Her support of artists like Jacques-Louis David and Pierre-Joseph Ridout ensured her impact on the arts extended far beyond her lifetime. Josephine's enduring fascination lies in the complexity of her character and her storied relationship with Napoleon. Despite their separation, their bond remained strong, with Napoleon reportedly speaking of her with affection even during his final moments. Her life, filled with trials and triumphs, continues to inspire admiration and intrigue. From her beginnings on Martinique to her role as Empress and beyond, Josephine's story encapsulates the essence of a woman who transcended her circumstances to become an enduring symbol of grace and influence. Her legacy is a testament to the power of charm, intelligence, and resilience. Do you think she and Napoleon truly loved each other despite their affairs and the complexities of their relationship? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and thank you for exploring her incredible story with us.